Well, hello YouTube and everybody else out there. How's it going? I know y'all probably been wondering what the heck happened to Crocker Simply Southern. Well, here we are. We are here to talk about the meetup. I know it was a month ago already, but we are finally ready to speak out about it. Are you ready to speak out about it?
Go ahead.
Well, Matt had come down to pick us up, and Matt had some truck trouble, and we ended up taking our car back to Jared's house, and it was the first time we'd been to Jared's property, first time we'd seen the house or anything other than on the videos. And it's beautiful. It looks just like it does in the videos, and he was such a good host. He had a nice bedroom for us. The bathroom was all clean. The house looked very clean. He had supper cooked, and he had ribs and was it ribs? It was ribs, right?
Yeah, they had all kinds of stuff.
Baked potato, and he had all the fixings with it and everything. And so we just spent the night there, and then the next morning we took off again. But also on the way back, we spent the night. And Jared was a really good host. I was real proud of him.
Yeah.
Some woman out there is missing out on a good husband, I'm just saying. Or just a good man. But anyway, so the next day we took Jared's car, and we went from there to Pryor, Oklahoma, where the meetup was. And so Jared was a very good driver, too, I would say.
Surprisingly.
Why are you saying that? Because I taught him how to drive.
Mostly.
You rode up front with him, Matt and I rode in the back, and it was a nice trip. His car's real nice. It was comfy and enjoyed it. And so when we got there to Pryor, we went to the hotel, and the Pryor Hotel, by the way, very lovely place. And pulled up out front, and there was already a bunch of people standing out there. And so Jared tells me, there's Jason and Danielle. Let's pull a trick on Danielle, and you call her Darlene.
Yeah.
And he said, you don't have to make it obvious, kind of sound like you're saying darling, but call her Darlene, you know. And so we park and we get out, and I run straight to Danielle, right, not looking at nobody else. And I said, Darlene. And she told me later she didn't even hear me call her Darlene. She did not know I said that. So anyway, it was funny, but that was all Jared's doings.
Of course.
Let's see here. I got notes, people, because I had a lot to say. My eyes over here have to tell me how I'm doing. Let's see.
What our plans were.
Yeah, I need to go backwards.
Yeah. We had planned on leaving Jared's that morning, Friday morning, and driving up to Jason's house and visit there a little bit, look around, and then meet at the hotel later. But Jason was already up in Tulsa, I think, and he said that he needed to go, I guess, to pick up Darlene
and he wanted,
come on back to Pryor, so, to meet everybody. He wanted to be able to greet you and everything like that.
He wanted to be there by noon.
So, anyway, I said, well, that's okay. Maybe we'll see you on the way back. But that didn't work out either. So we didn't get to go by Jason's to see his property.
We did not, and we're sorry about that. But I had told Jason before. I said, I want to see your property, but I don't want to sleep out there. So, but things are changing around there. He's got an AC and a bed now, and if he could figure out that toilet situation a little better, I might could do that.
Yeah.
But okay, so anyway. Back to the meetup, and we see Danielle and everything. And I wanted to talk about Melody Doolittle just a little bit, because the day of the meetup, well, did you have anything you wanted to say about that night? That Friday night? I think I do have something I want to say if we keep that in order. That night, that Friday night when we got there, we all went out to eat, and I think almost everybody went to a Mexican restaurant. You could walk from the hotel there.
It's right there.
And so we get there, and
we were waiting for Jason and Danielle and them to come back, and several of us went over to reserve some tables. So I went inside and they asked, how many, and I said, oh, maybe 24, 25 people. So they said, oh, okay, well, it's going to take a little bit, So, if y'all can just wait. And we said, yeah, we'll wait.
And so Rachel of Brazos Valley Soap and her husband James and I were there. And actually, all this took place on Saturday night, and I'm remembering now because Rachel said, Melanie, you don't want to get weak or anything, you don't want to get your blood sugar messed up or anything like that. And she said, why don't we ask them if they would just bring us a little bit of chips and dip while we wait, because it might be a while. And so the guy comes by, and he had already seen us from the night before. I'm telling that way now, but she said
these three.
Yeah, they had gone and sat outside. We were sitting
outside. There was an outdoor waiting area as well as one little tiny bench.
Yeah, and before we walked out those glass doors, James or Rachel, I can't remember which one, asked the guy, would you mind bringing us some chips and salsa while we wait? And he said, sure. And so there was that
little table,
a little tiny booth there inside right before you go out the glass. And like 3 people sat in it. We were sitting like this. They brought chips and dips and a little folding table and put it right before us like we were in a little bistro or something. It was the funniest thing ever.
They were sitting there snacking and stuff. We were sitting outside staring through the door. You're like, hey.
And we had chips and salsa before anybody else even got to the table. Then
they asked if y'all wanted a margarita or something.
Yeah. We did not do that, but anyway.
Not then.
Oh my gosh. But well, let's just go ahead and talk about that restaurant. It doesn't matter whether it was Friday or Saturday night. They were both fun. Matt's birthday had occurred May 20th. So that was May 21st, that Friday, and the meetup was the 22nd. Well, at that restaurant, I believe it was Matt Payne or Colville Ranch, I don't know which one, told the servers that it was Matt's birthday. So here they come. They bring out this big sombrero. They've got their guitar. They have Matt standing up, and they're singing to him.
They had some little, like empanadas or sopapillas or something that had like whipped cream or something on it.
The server was holding it. And they played the music, and Matt got into it. He had the sombrero on, and he was dancing, And so right when it was almost over, they take whatever the sweet was,
it in your face.
And got it all over his nose and everything. And
then the next
night we went back again. That's when the chip stuff happened.
Right.
And Rachel was sitting across from me that night, and she mentioned that her birthday was the next day or something like that. So somebody at the table, hoo-hoo, and here comes the sombrero again, and it was repeated on Rachel, and Rachel was real shy and timid, and we were all encouraging her, and
I'm sure they've seen all of that already.
Well, if y'all haven't, there are links to all those YouTube videos that I made a playlist. If y'all might want to check those out, because that was definitely on there. It was Cold Beer Ranch video, the Matt dance for sure. But that was some good times. I enjoyed that.
Fun.
So that was, other things happened at night, I guess, but we went to bed like at 10:30 on Friday and no later than midnight on Saturday, but maybe not even that long. But so the morning of the meetup came, and Saturday morning, and we woke up and we went down to have whatever breakfast they had, and I had a little muffin or something. Mm-hmm. What'd you have? You remember?
I think it was some kind of a burrito or taco or whatever.
Yeah, they had a lot for the Hotel Pryor, that is. And so then we went on to the meetup, and Jason and all them had been there earlier. And they had been there the night before setting up,
trying to set up everything,
and then early that morning too. And well, I was a little overwhelmed. It was a lot going on. There was stuff inside the church as well as outside.
Big tent outside.
And again, y'all probably already seen all the videos, but I'll be speaking to that one out there that has not. In the church, they had several booths, and the Shoot Dang booth was one of them. That was the Crocker booth. We didn't have a Crocker Simply Southern booth or the Real Mac Crocker
No, it was
booth.
just shoot dang only.
Just shoot dang for the Crocker family. And let's see, that was one of the inside things. And after a while, Melody Doolittle decided she was going to make an appearance at that meetup, and she had Doobie with her. And the first person she met as Melody Doolittle was Stephen Carlson. Melody had come out of the restroom from changing clothes, and there was Stephen Carlson. So, Stephen, you were the very first person that Melody Doolittle met at the meetup, and it was very nice to meet you, Stephen. Did you meet Stephen Carlson?
Yeah.
He was a nice kid, and his parents were very nice,
Right.
too.
And we talked to them a while outside.
Yeah. And at the risk of hurting somebody's feelings, I'm going to say some names throughout here, but please don't think, oh, she didn't mention me. But, you know,
It was so many people.
it was a lot of people, and my memory is no good. So let's just face that. But anyway, Melody Doolittle went around with Doobie, and she introduced herself, I thought, just only as Melody Doolittle. And I got to thinking about it later, and I thought, I don't even know if Melody Doolittle said, I'm with those Crocker Simply Southern, or if she said, go on over to that shoot dang booth. There's a poster of Melody Doolittle over there. No, I don't think she said none of that stuff.
I'm just Melody Doolittle.
So I saw on somebody's live chat the other day, Roger of Shannon and Roger.
Yeah.
Roger said he cracked up when Melody Doolittle was talking to the preacher.
Oh.
Well, Melody Doolittle, he said she spit in her hand is what Roger said, but Melody Doolittle's palms were sweaty because it was very hot that day, and she decided she would always wipe her palms on her jeans before she shook hands with somebody, and she did that to the preacher too. And then Melody found out that preacher was pretty interesting, so then I came on and started visiting with the preacher because he was very interesting. And I know I'm all over the place, not following my notes at all, but speaking of the preacher, that church was amazing.
I enjoyed talking with him. He's very nice.
I want to make sure I get all that
Very
stuff
well
about the
rounded.
church.
Done a lot of things, rodeoing and things like that.
Yeah, and the name of the church is the Exciting Southeast Baptist Church. And they served breakfast and lunch free of charge and had a water trough, and I mean like a horse trough full of iced water. And they had their ladies serving us the food. And speaking of the breakfast, I didn't even know there was big, huge cinnamon buns there.
Yeah, we were busy.
Until I watched Jared's video, and I said, did you see those cinnamon buns that morning at the
Like,
church?
no.
He said, no, but you walked right past them. And I said, when? He said, when you went to go get Melody Doolittle over that way. And I said, well, you went over to the restroom. It was right there. You didn't see it either. And man, they looked good on video,
Yeah.
didn't they?
Yeah.
But anyway, we missed out on that. That was my bad. And they just were wonderful people. And before the meal, was it, that they had the prayer time? And the preacher prayed, and it was real awesome. I really enjoyed it. It pulled everything together, and kind of shows
nice time there.
Shows what the YouTube community is really about. Really, I think that group. Everybody liked to hang out, and well, let's see. Boy, I got messed up, didn't I? Where are we, honey? This is where we started. Did we get through all this talking I wanted to say? The cinnamon buns. Oh, another thing I saw in a video that I didn't know was the cute little truck bed outside.
A little trailer bed.
A trailer bed of a truck, and had plants all over it and everything. And
there was a lot of neat little stuff there.
yeah, and I think when I passed by,
There
it was nobody
yeah,
was there,
no
right?
one was there at that time because we went out to look at the sawmill
Yeah.
too, and
Yeah, and
he wasn't
Ivy's-
working at that time, but
Ivy's also.
yeah,
And but I found out by watching a video that was Alex Sawyer's dad, Mr.
Yeah.
Brown. And so I did text Alex and tell her I didn't know that was your dad, but what a cute truck and all. And another thing I didn't know till I watched the videos is that everybody gave away so much free stuff. Heck, people, I watched the videos and stuff, and people were going, no, this is free. And I mean, that was very nice.
Yeah.
So people hopefully well aware than I was and got a hold of some of that stuff. But let's see.
Be some good advertisement.
I also didn't know Matt and Jared ate nasty jerky until I watched a video. And Jason dunking in the pool, he actually told us the next morning that it had happened. So I didn't have to see that on video. But anyway, the most surprising comment for me, I don't know about you, was people came up to me and said, Gooby is so much smaller in real life than he is on TV. He looks so much larger on TV. And my thought was, what about us? Do we look larger on TV too? But I knew Gooby was tiny. I just assumed everybody else thought he was too, but he's little.
Like I said, the little goats, when they're born, being half the size of Gooby, then you know what size they are.
True.
And then, after about a week or so, they get about the size of Gooby.
And Gooby was weighing 6 pounds because I had bought this, it's like a backpack, but it's a chest pack, and he could ride in there. And I didn't want to kill my back at the meetup, so I helped him go on a diet, and he was down to 6 pounds. And then as soon as we got back, which is another reason we did not put out the video in a long time, was Gooby got very sick with an ear infection. And
I think it's the same thing that happened to both of us last year in April.
Yeah.
I had a bad case of my Veneers hitting me, and he went into the same type of syndrome I did. He was just, so he was feeling pretty bad this time around. So we took him to the vet and got him on, he's still taking meds for it. It's been on it for weeks. But I started getting sick.
Yeah.
And
it's a weird thing.
I was sick for about 3 or 4 days.
He's convinced Gooby has Veneers too.
I think he does, and there's some kind of atmospheric conditions that are setting us off. Whether it's...
But it's sad, like he would like hold his foot out like he had been bitten by something.
Yeah,
both
like his
times
leg
he's
is hurting, but it's not. He's trying to balance himself because, and his head's turned sideways, and he's just like freaked out. And but like I said, he's been on medication for about 2 to 3 weeks now. 2 weeks
since we got back.
Right.
And also he was on prednisone, which said it could either make him lose weight, lose his appetite, or it would be ravenous. And his appetite was ravenous.
He would drink and drink and drink and
pee
his pee
and
pads.
pee and pee and pee.
I mean, he would pee 2 times on a pee pad, and the whole thing was soaked.
Bless his little heart. And he's doing much better now, but and gained weight was the point of putting that in right there. He had lost weight to fit in that backpack, and then now he's back up. I don't even know how big he is. But
he's not too off of bed, but he was just getting kind of swollen with that prednisone.
And then we already talked about all that. I did good, honey. Look. Let's see. Some of the other fun times, and I'm going to mention this again. We have a playlist on our channel called the YouTube Pryor Meetup or something, and I know it's not every single video that was put out, but it would be very entertaining for you to watch. It's quite a few of them. And say that for me. So
the TENS unit that was used for shocking.
I know y'all all saw it already. Somebody's had it on every channel, I'm sure. But that was Narrowway Farm that did that. And
that was the only thing you actually filmed.
When they started with him, I pulled out my camera, my phone,
for the
and
first
I videoed.
Time.
Yeah. And the only time at the meetup. At the whole weekend.
The whole weekend. It was
from the time we left to the time we got home.
I did
then
video.
After he got through, I said, I want to go. And Auntie Ann was standing by me, so she took my phone and filmed me. Then she took a turn and I filmed her. And that's all the video we have. But there's no reason for us to show it because Narrowway Farm has almost the exact same footage. Right. And we're going to link his video down below. So if you haven't already seen it, please go see the Crockers get shocked by Narrowway Farms. It was interesting and fun. I liked it.
It was funny.
And then the boys, if you go to Ridge Life's channel, he gave them nasty jerky to eat, and Matt and Jared were involved in that. And
several of them there throwing up, and it was funny.
We didn't see any of that.
We didn't get to see it, but
I don't know if that was when we were just sitting inside or before or after we went to bed. But
yeah, I don't remember.
And let's see here.
You found out you weren't the shortest?
I did. I'm not the shortest person in the world. Auntie Ann is shorter than me, and Tea with Tina on Tuesdays is shorter than me. Now, of those two, who was the shortest? Do you remember, Ann or Tina?
I think Tina.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, probably Tina.
So I am not the shortest person in the world. And then the pool dunking, that was with Jason jumping in the pool, fully dressed. I know you've seen all the videos, but that's on our playlist also. And at the meetup, one of the fun times for me was the clogging with Shannon and Mark of Grumpy Grandpa and two old people on the couch.
And then...
Who was the declogger?
I can't remember what his name
So they were clogging, so to speak. Shannon's one kind of looked like she was clogging. Mark said he was shuffle dancing, you know. I'm not sure what that was. And I actually saw that with my own eyes. I actually made my way through the crowd and looked. But did I think to take my phone out? No.
Nope.
And then there was this guy that was a declogger. He had toilet plungers tied around his legs, and he was declogging. That was pretty funny. That was good stuff. I finally got to meet Grandpa D. Did you?
Yeah.
That's his thing. It looks pretty cool up close. I mean, just like you see on TV, but I liked it.
Yeah.
It was funny.
He just talks too high.
Yeah, he does talk like a little old lady instead of a little old man.
Hear him. He sound like sound like a little old lady.
I think he was calling out the numbers or something for the raffles.
Yeah.
You couldn't hear anything he was saying. Another fun time, I guess it was Friday night when we got there. I told y'all it'd been Matt's birthday. He and Omi.
Yeah, we found out Omi.
And Omi, her daughter has a channel, Ultra Chaos Hobby Farm. And Omi has watched Jason for a very long time. And so they had a birthday cake for Omi and Matt. And Omi's daughter and Lila Newton had the stuff for Matt. Yeah. And so... I thought that was really sweet. And sitting with Deb and Mark was another fun time. They were smart. They made videos. They invited each channel to come over and have a little chat.
Yeah.
So they got to meet everybody, and they got video. And also, I want to go back to the no video and. There was a channel that when we were riding back home after the meetup, I was watching all the stuff, videos, and Porter Valley Ranch was the first one I saw that said, "I'm driving on my way to the meetup." That's his video. It starts, and then it says, "Insert footage here," and then "I'm driving home from the meetup." He had 0 footage, so I'm going to link Porter Valley Ranch below because he was the first one that made me think, oh my God, we weren't the only ones. I think Cold Beer Ranch had 5 minutes worth of video too. So if we had to put our shocking thing on there, then, we would have had more. Did I get it all, honey?
I think.
No, but there's more.
There is?
Maybe not. I might pass this out. Let's see.
No.
Oh, just at the end, we did put out a video when we got back because we did it of the pond, maybe even 2 of them. I'm not sure.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we did, but we wanted to make a meetup about a video about the YouTube meetup, and we knew we didn't have any footage, but we at least wanted to chat about it. And one thing after another.
Well, when we got back, Matt stayed with us for a few days.
Well, his truck was messed up. Remember,
Right.
I said it messed up coming down, so you had to order something.
Right, we ordered parts, and anyway, we put it together and everything, and then he left, and then she was just so tired, didn't really want to do anything, and then all of a sudden Gooby gets sick.
Yeah, there was just...
Blew everything. Then I got sick, blew everything. Then going to doctors.
Yeah.
Just got back from the dentist today at 1:30 or so.
Yeah, you're tired of going to the doctors, I guess.
So.
But thank you for those that reached out. We do the community post. I put sometimes funny stuff, sometimes whatever on there. People read them. People are asking, are you ever going to make another video? So we wanted to finally speak out about the meetup.
Right.
And
we just, we've had a couple of videos, but it just didn't work out, so.
Yeah, we had some technical difficulties on some of them and just different
You
things.
just get frustrated sometimes and you just say, you know what, I'm not going to do it. I'm just tired of it right now.
And-
And you get to that point. You know, Jason's gone through it. Everybody
The
goes
Sawyers
through it, you
are
know?
probably still going through it.
Everybody goes through it.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of get tired of doing something, and you just don't want to do it anymore. And not anymore, but
Right.
just want to give it a break, and then you can get back into it. You know, and
Well, one thing I would say to another channel that might be feeling the same way, the longer you put it off putting out a video, the harder it is to
you get
do.
back in. That's for sure.
Just us sitting here talking. It was either he said, "Come on, let's do it," and I said, "No, I'm not in the mood right now," or vice versa, you know. And if you're not in the mood, why do it? So, anyway, we're back. We wanted to say a shout out to the Shoot Dang. This is the original shirt, the Crockers. This is the one Jason decided he was going to make, Shoot Dang. If you've seen Jared's and Matt's videos, they have their Shoot Dang shack
They're
and
getting it done.
getting the stuff out. They'll get the shirts back, and then maybe they'll put something on sale. Who knows? And y'all please support Shoot Dang, and we'll. Oh, what is that? Rock on,
However you want to do it. Giggle 'em horns or rock on.
rock on with Shoot Dang. That's our new thing. All right, give me a kiss. Mwah. Bye.
Bye.
Y'all.